Thanks for taking the time to do this, man. It is really, really appreciated, particularly as I know you're currently in quite a little bit of a busy period. How's your day going?
Let me just come to a quieter place. Let me see if here I can hear you better.
No worries.
I think this is better.
Yeah, how's that?
We're in Netherlands in a café. Just a second, I'll call the guys. Rapaziada, quem quiser participar da entrevista aqui, ó, é agora. Chega aí. So I'm just calling the guys because we're sound checking. See we're in Netherlands in a bar.
Excellent. Then I will make sure I don't keep you too long because I know you've got a busy day going on. How's the day going? How's things over there?
Yeah, it's been good, man. We came from England to France, then to Germany, now Netherlands, and probably going back to Scotland and then England back.
It must just feel great after the last few years just to be back on the road again, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. We're missing this.
How have you guys been?
Sorry?
How have you guys been holding up over the last few years? You know, the forced downtime, not being able to do anything really.
Yeah, we didn't do concerts much, but we're producing in studio, doing other stuff, like trying to move. Did many lives for like, let's say internet and TV things, but that was it. Didn't do many concerts with people. And that really is something that we missed. And now everything's crowded here. People are going crazy about the shows, like getting together. It's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you were able to keep busy as well, because of course there was really no option. The entire world. It wasn't like your country was specific. Nobody was able to play. Nobody was able to get out, and there was certainly a lot of confusion in the industry, the music industry, about how to even go online and progress things. But you guys seem to like you already had a handle on that. What, if anything, kind of helped get you through the tougher moments?
Well, I think it's something that like really bothered every musician. Like, how is it gonna come back? Like, are we gonna be able to play again, or when? Right? A lot of people had trouble like financially too, because there's a lot of musicians that were on the road already, and that's their living. They make their living out of that, and many technicians also, many people that work not on stage but on the backstage, right? So I guess the entire world was kind of like something that shocked people who work in the music industry. But now things are going good, man. It's something that we have to also think about, like maybe we were on the automatic pilot, like just doing things, and now we have to think about it, like do things better and keep just value this. It's worth it, something that it's really important for us. So I think it has changed in this way, at least for me. Like it's something that now I feel people like with real pleasure coming to see live music. So not that before they didn't, but now it's something else. Like it's something more,
Do you think that will last? I do understand what you're saying. There's a current re-energization of the scene and music and rock and metal and all that. Do you think it will last? Do you hope it will last?
Yeah, I think it will. I think it's something that probably the festivals and the events are gonna come like kind of like with more energy now. And I think it's something that will change. The pandemic, it's not over yet. Like there's a lot of people that are sick still, and there's a lot of problems in many other countries. So I think it's something that it's gonna be current. It's not gonna stop like this, like really quick. So people who are able to come to the concert safely, that are able to come and to enjoy, I think they're gonna enjoy much more right now. And it's a change, right? It's not gonna like be. We're not gonna go back to 2019. It changed.
It has. And bear in mind, with that change, does what you guys do, Asfixia Social, what you guys do, feel more relevant now than ever before?
I think so, man, because we have a very strong political message, and I think that what happened is also all the problems that we face shows that like the political groups that we elected all around the world are not able to solve our problems. They don't care about people. They mainly care about like their business, you know. So like these political groups care about the sponsors of their business, right? So like uh, how can I say, big corporations and so on. So it's something that they didn't show like love for people. So I think that now we have to care more, and our message is like always around that, you know. We gotta be collective with our people,
Mm.
not as individuals. Of course, this society has shown that we will not succeed. So we have to look at the collective, our people, and try to, you know, change things ourselves. Of course, like we depend on the system, of course,
Mhm.
but you know, we gotta watch out for ours. That's it. And because these elected groups, these groups on power, they don't care about our people. That's the main thing. And I think it has to do a lot with the message that we were always trying to put back then. uh, it just now it's more visible for many people that we're about to rupture. You know, the world is about to like uh, a point that, you know, or we take care of the planet, or we're just gonna like die inside the house because it's all going down. Like it's something like that, you know. The world is at one point of collapsing. So the band has always sang about that, has
Yeah.
always uh, thought about that, but I think it's nowadays, especially for the youth. I think it's a very clear thing that we gotta take care of things. We gotta be more conscious, because the way we're living, it's just like a suicidal
Mm.
uh, way of living.
The timing for the Planet is Alive tour, particularly the UK section that you've already done part of, but the big part that's coming up, the 10 dates later this month and into August, that feels incredibly relevant because, for example, in the UK right now we have a right mess of a political system, but also only a few days ago we broke records for heat, broke all the records that ever existed for heat with two of the hottest days the country's ever experienced.
Yeah.
It's incredible, like I said, the timing of the tour and what will be going on in a couple of weeks' time. And with that in mind, then I have to ask, though, your stance and your platform that you use and how you speak out. Do you sometimes find it exhausting, particularly when you're constantly pushing and seemingly nothing's changing?
Yeah, we have to keep pushing. I don't think much about like of course we want results and we want all these things, but if you just give up, man, you're just gonna be run over by this, you know. So you have to resist. Like everywhere you are in the world, you have to like be kind of if you're conscious of what you're doing, you gotta resist, you know. And things that go out in Brazil, things that go out in England, they're not all connected. Like we live in the same place, man.
Yeah.
And if people don't take care of each other all around the world, it's just gonna collapse. As you said, like the Planet is Alive tour, it's something that we recall on that, because like the environment where we're living is it's like almost, you know, about to explode, man. So yeah, as you said, like 40 degrees, 45 degrees, it's something that you know, it's gonna get worse. If we keep doing this shit as we were doing, we're gonna die ourselves inside the place we're burning. It's like humanity has been really stupid. So we gotta change this, man. I believe that there's a lot of people that are conscious enough to, you know, change uh, their own ways of living,
Mm-hmm.
even though we're inside a system that almost like pressures us to do other things. But I think that there's an average thing that we can try to reach to start changing things. We're not gonna see the change like this, you know. It's not gonna like just like It's not something that you click and it changes. It's gonna change, and maybe we won't even see it. Like we will be part of it, but we're not gonna see it because it's like it's quite a, it takes years to change things, you know. So things are changing. The world has changed from the past 10 years, the past 20 years. Things are changing constantly, but it's something that sometimes if you're not paying attention to it, and if you don't have like a really uh, s- uh, how can I say, a very specific view to it, you're not going to see it. You're just inside of it. A lot of people have changed and they don't even know. They don't even remember what they were 10 years ago. So things are changing, man. And I really believe there's a strong part of the world that want change. And there are people who don't want change because, you know, because of ignorance. Because at the same time, it's like you're burning your house, you're inside the house. How come you're going to like support like burning the house all the time, you know? Some people just change when they feel it burning themselves, like when they're on fire, and then sometimes it's too late for them. But I really believe that there's a lot of people who want change and who and are making part of this change.
No, I agree, and it's a really
It's
positive way to
a
look
slow
at it.
motion thing. Unfortunately, sometimes we want it fast, we want it quick, and we want just to, you know, just to change it like a once, like and that's it. But sometimes it's not like how the world works, you know. We're like 9 billion people, man.
It's a positive way to have, and it's a positive outlook to have. It's a positive thought process to have that change will come and people are fighting for it. Talking about sort of changes, but focusing back on the band in specific, one of the more interesting things you've obviously done quite recently is work on a new EP, Planet is Alive, which features tracks in English. What prompted this change and the decision to English?
Cool, man. Well, we're a Brazilian band. Mainly the first two albums are in Portuguese, some things in Spanish, some things in English, but mainly in Portuguese. That was natural also because like we always wrote in Portuguese, but always trying to put like other languages inside. But then we toured Cuba in 2015. And that was a really cool experience because we are like Latin Americans are all, you know, the same thing, but sometimes the language from like Brazilians don't always listen to Latin music, like Hispanic music, and vice versa. Like the Latins from Hispanic America don't listen to Brazilian Portuguese music much. But when we felt inside Cuba and like with Mexicans, with people from Argentina and from all, you know, Chile, Colombia, and so on, we felt that the music that we do is really Latin too, and the Brazilian Portuguese was something that they wanted to understand. So it's not that we're changing that much, because we know that there's a lot of foreign people who want us to sing in Portuguese too. They find it cool to learn a new language or to listen to the music in Brazilian Portuguese. So sometimes there are songs that makes no sense for me to sing in English. But the thing is when we went to Cuba and we were with all these Latins, we're like, okay, man, let's just keep singing in Portuguese, but let's put some few things in Spanish because they need to understand it, right? They need to understand it better. When we came to Europe, it was a big, like, we came in 2019. It was a big shock for a lot of people because at the same time, there are people who want to understand Portuguese, but there's a lot of people who can't get a word. So we're just like, okay, let's try to do some things in English because it's like an universal way to communicate, though. So we're not gonna stop thinking singing in Portuguese or Spanish, but it's something that English can make the band be part of another scene that we really want to be part, because we're really well taken here. People just were really kind and lovely with us. They like the music. And I think that like during the songs in English, you see, I speak English like for a long time. I have no trouble with that. It's just that's I never wrote things in English before coming. When we came here, things suddenly started to appear in English, in French, in Spanish, and so on, in Portuguese though. So we're just, you know, we're thinking about bringing the band more here because we see that there are a lot of people who really want to understand Portuguese, but at the same time they're like we have fans here that really take an effort to understand what we write in Portuguese. So I think it's it's kind from my part to write things in English too and make it like the opposite so they can understand better. And we're gonna keep on singing in Portuguese, but now we have the option also to sing in English, so it's cool.
That is very cool. It's amazing. Carry on this path, and eventually every country, every language can have its own Asfixia Social song that's dedicated in their language specifically.
Cool.
The UK crowds, they've kind of embraced you. Where do you think that comes from? Have you noticed that? And do you reckon it kind of comes from our country's long association with the hardcore punk kind of scene?
Yeah. Well, I think that the kind of music that we do mainly came from outside the influences, but we have this Brazilian groove. When we brought it here, I think that people like identify the style of music because it's like the origins from England and Jamaica and other places are very obvious. But at the same time, we have this Brazilian groove, like not only on the beat, but on the way of rhyming, on the way of playing. Right, it's kind of different. So I think it's something that people just liked it because it's kind of different. Though it's not the same. I think I think that it's like food. When you go around the world, you have different sauces, you have different kinds of spices, and it's like that. Sometimes it's the same meal, sometimes it's very similar, but it's not the same, man. It just changes. And I think it's something like that when we got here, people really liked the music that we do because of that. It is something that it's similar to the origins of rock and hardcore punk and many other things, but it has different sauces, different spices that makes it different, and people like it. So we're really glad to be doing this, man.
I love your analogy. It makes such complete sense. I'm thinking, yes, there is a massive difference between a British sausage and a German sausage. They're the same thing, but they're very, very different.
Very different, yeah. Same thing.
For someone that's never experienced an Asfixia Social live show ever, in your own words, in a few words, sum up what it is like.
Well, we're a very energetic band. We do it for real, man. We come from Southside Sao Paulo. Kind of tough way to live because we live in a very big city, rich city, at the same time a poor city. So very distant, poor class to high class, and we come in the middle of the suburban area with all this shit. Our political message comes from that, and I believe the music too. Brazilians are a mix of different immigration decades of immigration, right? So maybe centuries, I can say. And so we're a mix, man. If you look at our music, I think it translates a bit of Brazil. It's a mix. So if you come into the show, you'll find like a Brazilian mix, and I hope you enjoy it. It's something that we do for real, man.
Yeah, 10 dates coming up in the UK, ending at Rebellion Festival 2022. That's a really long period to come to the UK. Last time 2019, as you said. How are you feeling about spending almost 2 weeks in the UK?
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. We came from 2 concerts in London and Brighton.
Yeah,
it was amazing, like a very intense crowd. Then we came to France, Germany, Netherlands. Now it was very intense too, but we're really excited about going like heading Rebellion. We're gonna go through like small cities too, like small towns and independent bands, a few small pubs. And that's good too, because people sometimes think like, oh, these guys are gonna play at a festival and so on. And at the festival, it's cool because you have a big crowd, but sometimes you don't talk to people.
Of course.
You don't have this interaction. And it's good to be at these crowded bars too, because like, we're gonna play, but we're gonna talk to people. We're gonna be like with people there. So that's a really good part of it too. And I believe that in England, it's always like that, people just stick around from the beginning to the end. It's our experience of this, so it's pretty cool. I think that Heading Rebellion, which is our last concert, it's gonna be like a really good warm up because we're gonna be like full of people around and trying to exchange things, always like that, you know, learn and so on.
Yeah, it's an incredible festival as well, Rebellion. So it's going to be, and it always gets a really, really strong, energetic, hungry crowd.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be there, man.
Lastly, and I'm going to let you get on with the rest of your day because you do have a gig coming up tonight. All the focus is right now on this tour. But what might the rest of 2022 look like for you guys? You know, you have the EP at the beginning of 2023, but in between that time, what's the plan? Just going to try and keep busy?
Yeah, well, we finished the tour here. We go back to Brazil. We're about to release the first song of the EP now in Europe. So we just recorded it. Soon, like in maybe 5 days, 7 days, it's gonna be online. So we just recorded one of the singles of this EP, and it's all filmed here. Also, in the video clip is about the tour. So
amazing.
All the first shows of the tour are in the video clip. So the thing is, we finished the tour here. We go back to Brazil. We have a sequence of shows up to December. Then probably in December we stop to record the new album to start working for 2023.
Wow, that's incredible. That is there's no stopping. That is a non-stop.
Yeah, it's non-stop. Yeah, for sure. But we're about to release the first song. So the first song is recorded, it's ready. We just filmed the video clips live in the festivals here. And well, I'm kind of like I can't say it, but I hope people like it. And it's almost ready, so soon it's there in a few days.
Can't wait to check it out, man. I really can't.
And it's in English, man. The name of the song is They Sold Your Soul. So all we're talking here about, it's inside the song, I guess.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I hope the gig tonight goes spectacularly well.
Thank you, man. It's a pleasure. And thanks for having us here. Hope to see you soon.
See you in the UK.
Live.
Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon and help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?